This episode is brought to you by FairDesk, a crypto derivatives trading platform founded by 6 former Binance execs and 3 former Morgan Stanley architects. FairDesk is a company focused on building a platform that enables traders to profit from both rising and falling markets. Sign up today and CB will credit you up to $600 in trading funds. For more information, visit fairdesk.com, link in the description below.
My two Satoshis, this my two Satoshis, who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis. Yeah, this my two Satoshis, this my two Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest and greatest from stacking Toshis. This my two Satoshis, this my two Satoshis, who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis. Yeah, this my two Satoshis, this my two Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest and greatest from stacking Toshis. Yeah, that's where you need to get the real news at. Stop messing with them lames out there. CBTV. Let me out of here.
Ha! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Okay.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing it live. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis with yours truly, Crypto Blood. Drop the flex bomb on him for real quick. Ethereum is Shanghai. Upgrade is here, ladies and gents. Only a few hours away, a couple hours away, depending on where you are, what time you're watching this. But the Shanghai upgrade is also called the Shapella. I don't know if you guys know that. We'll talk about why it's called Shapella Upgrade as well. But that is coming or has passed, depending on when you saw this video. If you're late to it, so be it. I think you'll still have time to actually make some trades and position yourself. I don't think you're going to see like an immediate price difference or an immediate price drop. I think it's going to play out over the next day or two or even a week. Okay, I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that. But I definitely think there will be a move, okay? A move in the markets. And again, this time around is a special and unique circumstance because I think Ethereum will actually be the catalyst to move the markets one way or the other. So we're going to take a look into that in today's episode. But first, you know what time it is. Get on that stage, ladies and gents. I need your help. You guys know I need your help. I need to smack that like booty right now. Smack it 3 times, not twice. Don't do it an even number because you're unsmacking it. All right. I need you to get on there and smack that thumbs up for me right now to help people see this video, guys. YouTube, you guys know, is suppressing CBTV videos. So I need your help. I really do. All of 400, 500 of you watching it right after this releases. I need you all to help CBTV get more exposure. I'm going to get more exposure one way or the other. I just hope that you're helping in that. All right. You know what I mean? Some of you may know. Netflix documentary coming out soon. I can't wait. That's going to be an interesting one. I really can't talk about the details of it, but boy, when I can, I will. That's going to be a very, very good Netflix documentary. Shout out to those who put that together. But anyhow, what we're talking about today is the Shanghai upgrade, aka Shapella Upgrade. And again, I will go through all of that with you guys today. But of course, I got to go through the preambles. We got Bloodalytics on deck. Make sure you guys go sign up right now. Great tool, especially in like markets like this. Choppy, I should say. If we continue to have moves like this, this is a great tool for you to have because you can take advantage of those trends up or down. The choppiness, sideways action is not great for it. But when you have those big moves, that is when we're going to jump ahead of those big moves and ride the waves, and you can really make a lot of money. So 6-month, 12-month, and 3-month subscriptions available. If you want to just test it out, just have someone sign up for a 3-month subscription to test it out. 6-month and 12-month, though, I'm giving a 50% off discount. Okay, all you have to do is use that link in the description of this video for FairDesk. That's what my partner in the Bloodalytics system, and sign up with them. Deposit at least $1,000, and I will send you guys a 50% off promo code. You got to send me your UID number after signing up and depositing your money, and then I will generate a 50% off promo code for you. that applies to 6-month and 12-month subscriptions. So please take advantage of that. So this is what I mean by getting ahead of the curve on those big moves in the markets. This is Bloodalytics. We went long on Bitcoin on August 8th. This past Saturday, we went long on Bitcoin and rolled that all the way up here, guys. Now, we're having some sideways choppy action going on now. I'm giving you a free trade at the moment. Now, this could change, of course, but we are short going into the Shanghai upgrade on Bitcoin. Okay, we've had some choppiness back and forth, but we are currently short on Bitcoin. We are also currently short on Ethereum. Ethereum, we went long over the weekend as well. On Sunday, we took a long position and traded that all the way up. And we saw some moves back down a little bit and made those trades as well. I think a few of those were losses, but this short here to here was a definite win for us. And this long here was a win, and we went short and closed that long here. So we're currently short on Ethereum as well. So just giving you guys 2 trades ahead of the Shanghai upgrade. Take it or leave it. Is up to you. Again, with Fair Desk, you are getting up to $35,000 worth of deposit rewards. These are bonuses that go against your losses and also your trading fees. So $100 gifted to you if you deposit at least $2,000. If you deposit $50K, you get $2,000 trading bonus, and all the way up to $35,000 trading bonus if you deposit $250,000 with Bloodalytics. Or actually not even with Bloodalytics, just with Fair Desk, using the link in the description below. So if you're an active trader, you need some buffer there. 35,000 is definitely enticing for sure to go against your losses and your trading fees. Link in the description below, as I said before. Rumble with me in the jungle, ladies and gents, over at rumble.com. My 2 Satoshis. That is my channel where I pretty much do uncensored content and any content that I have posted here on YouTube. I'm going to do a refresh really quickly. 147 subscribers now. Let's continue to get that number up, guys. So please go follow me on Rumble. Link in the chat room and in the description of this video. Hopefully, I remember to put it in there. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. This is where I'm most active, guys. It's the place to be when it comes to crypto and actually non-crypto stuff as well, man. I have to thank Elon Musk every day for having a very uncensored, for the most part, uncensored micro-blogging platform for the world. Nothing's perfect, but this is as close as it's getting. I'm telling you, at this point it is. So come on over, follow me on Twitter at CryptoBlood _ 10.7 thousand viewers. Almost hitting that 11. So help us hit that 11,000 follower number. I'll be greatly appreciated. We are currently at $1.23 trillion market cap in the entire crypto markets, up from 1.21 the other day. So we're inching higher, though you're starting to see here in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, even XRP are down. Okay. We're trending down in the last 24 hours, still up for the trailing 7-day performance, but maybe we're starting to see a tide turn here, guys. I don't know. Maybe. Again, I told you we are short on Ethereum. We are short on Bitcoin with Bloodalytics, giving you a free trade there. And we can go ahead and take a look at the My 2 Satoshis chart. This is the technical chart for My 2 Satoshis. And, you know, I've told you guys maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago that $30,000 Bitcoin was an area to watch. If we breached that, we were potentially in a very bullish position. But guess what, guys? That was around March 25th. Okay, I was saying that because that trend line was closer to that $30,000 Bitcoin region. Since we have failed to make momentum and trended in this channel for such a long time, now that target is way up here. Now we have to get above $33,000 Bitcoin for me to be bullish. Okay, for me to possibly change my sentiment on the direction we're going, because I currently still think we are going to visit, guess who? Let's go find him, Mr. Elmo. I think we're still going to visit him at $12,600 Bitcoin. Now, I need to probably move him up a little bit. Let me go ahead and move him on over here. All right, so we got Elmo updated. He's where we should be. He's waiting on us. Hands up, hands out, praising Lucifer. Because let me tell you, if we breach 12,600, we got a big problem, guys. We got a huge problem. And I'm going to explain to you later in this episode why I think the worst is not over yet for the broader economy, from TradFi perspective, the banking crisis. And we just saw Jerome Powell minutes come out today at 2 o'clock. They came out, FOMC meeting minutes from last month. Listen, I'm going to explain why I say this in a second, but stay around for the analysis in regards to that. Why I say we are not out of the fog yet, guys. Word of the day is
cakeage.
That's right, cakeage. Not that cakeage you simps be out there doing with your girlfriends. No, this is a different term or use for cakeage, a term that I didn't even know it was a real word. I thought it was a slang word, but no, there is actually a word called cakeage, and it is a charge made by a restaurant for serving a cake that they have not supplied themselves. So let's say you bring a cake with you to a restaurant for a birthday. They may charge you a cakeage. Hilarious, right? I know. Never heard of it. You learn something new every day on CBTV, and I definitely learned something new on this one. So shout out to all the cakeages out there charging for that cake. Charge them simps, man. Tax them. Forex Factory. Told you guys today could be some fireworks, but actually it wasn't much of an event at all. Surprisingly, we saw CPI come out this morning at 8:30. Didn't see much of a move, maybe a little wick up, wick down, but no real trend move in the crypto markets. CPI came in at 0.1%, which is lower than expected. CPI year to year came in lower than it forecasted as well at 5% flat with a forecast of 5.1%. So not off by much, to be honest with you. And core CPI month to month came in right in line with the forecast. So this is probably why we had a pretty much nothing burger in the markets today. S&P is down 0.25%, NASDAQ down 0.5%, Dow Jones barely unch, and the VIX down slightly. But overall, I would say not really eventful at all. But this, as you guys should see on the CNBC homepage, Fed expects banking crisis to cause a recession this year, minutes show. Now, I didn't know that we were in a banking crisis. If you leave it up to them, at least up until now, crisis averted, issues solved, there's nothing to see here. That's how I've been taking it. That's how the media has been reporting it, or the lack of reporting to me would suggest that there's no problems. But the minutes show that the banking crisis is going to cause a recession. So that lets me know that there is still a banking crisis. There are still issues in the banking system. There are still issues in the repo markets. Repo markets, this is not repossessing your car, fools. I'm talking about the repo lending markets, the same lending markets or infrastructure that was blowing up in 2019, right before we mysteriously had this, you know what happened in 2020 that saved the world and allowed governments to print money all over the place. Well, what's going to be the savior this time? That's my question. They have to, because either that or it's going to really get ugly, and I don't think they want it to get ugly on their watch. They always got to blame someone else or something else. But 2019, we were literally maybe hours or days away from a Lehman-like event, and boom, all of a sudden you had Jerome Powell pivot, the taper tantrum. He stopped the tapering, and then, just like I said, all of a sudden we had this virus that came in and saved the day. What is it going to be this time? Repo markets are almost in the same situation they were in then as they are now, but with additional caveats. We didn't have a banking crisis, a confidence crisis in the interbanking lending programs like we do now. It's much worse because we've had actually big failures occur. So it's going to be interesting to see how the shoes drop, but they're dropping. They're falling right now from the 18th floor, maybe the 13th. Whatever floor you want to pick, they are dropping. Jim Bianco, a guy I follow very closely on Twitter, made comments about what Buffett has just recently said. Warren Buffett says if he's had recent talks with Biden aides, Buffett says dumb things banks do periodically were uncovered. Buffett says it's important banks retain public confidence. He goes on to say some more things about how governments won't save stakeholders in troubled times. And this is the one that I want you to watch here and read closely. Buffett says there could be more bank failures amid crisis. They're trying to hint to you that your money ain't safe. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see a scenario where we have an SVB happen again, where everyone's deposits are saved. Don't see that happening, especially in the regional or smaller banks. I'm not trying to add to the flames here, but if you have money in a smaller bank, credit union, it's over $250,000, you need to really consider moving that money elsewhere to a probably national bank. Just being honest with you, because I think there are a lot of worms feeding on the decaying banking system here in America. So I would get the hell up out of there if you could. Just saying, Dixie is heading lower. Couldn't make that momentum continue here. So we are heading lower back to the 101 range. We're at 101.49 today. Surprisingly, what does this mean? Dollar getting weaker should mean that potentially, if this continues, of course, the trend lower means that risk assets should be pricier. But there are a lot of undercurrents moving, a lot of moving parts in this here financial markets today. You got banking issues going on right now. You got the war in Ukraine. You got China. I mean, there are so many moving parts. You just can't look at one indicator to say, okay, we're going to go up or we're going to go down. So you have to really do your due diligence and do your research to figure out which direction the markets are going. And I still think that the markets risk on assets, that is equities and cryptos, are ultimately going to roll over here in the next few weeks, I believe. Let's take a look at the first article out of the BitcoinMagazine.com website. This is an older article. I had it pinned, but I definitely want to still highlight it if you haven't heard about it, because again, this is another dagger, another chess move by the elites, the powers that be, to snuff out Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies altogether. Peer-to-peer Bitcoin exchange Paxil suspends marketplace. Now, Paxil, up until this point, was pretty much the world's largest peer-to-peer cryptocurrency exchange by volume. Now, remember, they took out local Bitcoins. That was a couple years ago. I think they shut down maybe a year ago. Just couldn't operate in these environments. So Paxil has announced the suspension of its marketplace. The announcement was made by the company's founder and CEO, who cited key staff departures and regulatory challenges for the industry as the reason behind the decision. So you're seeing this happen more and more, guys. Yusuf personally said he vouches for Noones. Noones is this website, noones.com. So you guys, if you want to do some peer-to-peer trading, this one is still available. But hey, like every scenario looks, I don't even think you can operate in the United States. Look at that. They got it grayed out. That's crazy. So maybe you can't. Land of the free, right? This is all land of the free over here. Land of the free. Not at all. Get the hell out of here. For those watching that are not in the land of the free, you may want to look into Noones. More generous affiliate programs than Paxil's program and more efficient KYC process, local dispute moderators, and a friendlier terms of service policy with no accounts being locked. All right, so just letting you guys know that is an option for those who are not in the land of the free. Crypto Potato, Coinbase head of exchange exits company, is he kind of hinting at something, guys, and it's ironic because this happens just shortly after Coinbase was issued a Wells notice by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, i.e. Still Every Coin Commission. Now, there has not been an official statement by Gupta about what he's doing after leaving, but there were some anonymous sources saying that the executive was leaving the firm to work on a new project. All right, but he didn't himself say anything about that. So I'm just wondering if Gupta is seeing the writing on the wall with all the regulatory issues that Coinbase is battling. I personally think this is smoke and mirrors and is really not an issue at all, because I think Coinbase has been the chosen or picked U.S. exchange for the government to really kind of take over things. This is all smoke and mirrors to me, guys. So you can't convince me otherwise. Let's look at this one out of Crypto Potato as well. The irony behind this: Binance.us delists Tron, citing regulatory standing. TRX tanks by 5%. Now, ain't nobody using Binance.us. Let's just be honest here. But in my opinion, I didn't even know they had Tron on there. But in my opinion, it's funny how Binance.us is delisting Tron when Binance itself is going to be delisted by the SEC and the CFTC and all the acronyms of the U.S. Steal Every Coin organization. To me, it's just funny seeing them delist Tron. Is it going to affect Tron in the long run? I highly doubt it. Tron has a big enough community to whereas even the alleged arrest of Justin Sun, which, man, my man Ben Armstrong got a lot of flack over. He put a tweet out yesterday saying Justin Sun, quote unquote, reportedly arrested in Hong Kong. Wow, that's about all I can say. So people started going in on him because evidently that was false news. I'm not sure where he got it, but he defended himself by saying, I said reportedly, not saying it was fact. So I don't know. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And I'm sure at some point, Mr. Justin Sun is going to go the way of Quando Rondo, a.k.a. Do Kwon, and possibly CZ if they can ever catch him. I'm sure that he's probably not going to be caught. I'm going to be honest with you. He's just got too much money. I think he's smart enough to not be caught. But Justin Sun, Do Kwon, not necessarily in the same book. Let me know what you guys think in the chat room. If you think those two are apples to apples, or are they apples to oranges? Do Kwon being more of a scam artist. But hey, some people say Justin Sun is right on that level as well. But we'll see what happens. I think Tron will make it. Actually, I'm a decently bullish fan of Tron overall. Of course, in the next bull run, anything right now altcoin related is going to get slaughtered. I'm just being honest with you. I don't even bother talking about it. Another one out of Crypto Potato: Fed expected to raise rates 25 to 50 basis points. I think they're going to do another 25. I really do. But at the same time, this is another reason why I'm just not convinced that we should be risk on with all of these assets like equities and cryptos. Because guys, I would say the last 4 or 5 hikes that the Fed has done hasn't even been manifested. We haven't even seen the ramifications of them, with the exception of someone pointed it out to me that the car industry is feeling it right away, which is true. I understand that, but I put a tweet out a couple of days ago saying scary thing is the last 3 to 4 hikes have not even been felt in the economy yet. So we're at the point where we haven't even really felt the wrath of these interest rate hikes yet. Yeah, we've seen it in the automobile industry. That is going through a whole crisis right now. You guys should follow Lucky Lopez on YouTube for in-depth analysis on that. I've been following him for maybe a year and a half now. He does a great job covering the automobile crisis that's going on. Other than the automobile and somewhat you're seeing it in the mortgage game, mortgage lending, you're seeing it, but it really still has not fully impacted the consumer, in my opinion. It's starting to show up now, but I think in the next 2 to 3 months, you will start to feel the impact of the last 3 to 4 rate hike. And this is why my thesis is still the thesis. You're going to see a rollover in risk on assets, including cryptocurrencies. Your boy Peter Schiff can then jump on his podcast like he does every other week that Bitcoin is down and say, told you so, Bitcoin is going to zero, but it went to 69,000 before that happened. Okay, let's not negate that part, Peter. But I think Bitcoin, cryptos are going to get hit hard. But on the other side, this is the best opportunity for you if the U.S. allows it to be. The best opportunity still for you to make 10, 30, 40, 50, even 100x on some of the altcoins. But definitely on Bitcoin, still an opportunity to make a nice return on your investments at these levels or even lower. So on to the final article for today, and that is this Shanghai upgrade. It is here, guys, literally an hour or two away. It's happening at 6:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So mark your calendar, set an alarm to see what happens when this upgrade comes out. Do we have a black swan event where it glitches and F's up the whole blockchain? It's possible, but I say highly unlikely. This one analyst said that the unlocking of all this ether will not cause a mass exodus or price collapse for the cryptocurrency. I tend to disagree, and some of these quant traders out here also disagree. Many of the world's leading Ethereum quant traders who historically have outperformed ETH staking yield believe price action will be neutral to potentially bearish due to the expected large increase in circulating supply of ETH after investors are finally able to withdraw stakes. So this is my thing as well. I'm right there with them. It's just about what the market perceives, and it's real. It's not like it's not real, but there is going to be a huge increase in ether supply hitting the markets later today. Now, is it going to drop the price right away? No. I think as people say, oh, I can unstake, I'm going to unstake, and they may not sell it right away. They just may unstake, but now they have the ability to sell. Now their fears and their emotions or greed are they're able to act directly upon those with that ether now. This is why I'm saying there's nothing but downside in this event with all of this new ETH supply hitting the markets, because now people have access to that ETH to act on their emotions. So that's why I believe over the next month or so, you will see downward pressure on Ethereum, and it actually will cause downward pressure on the entire crypto market. JP Morgan, if we want to give them any credence, JP Morgan says Ether will likely face some selling pressure from the upgrade as more than 1 million Ether staking rewards become instantly available this week. And if you add potential additional selling from staked Ether balances that belong to quote unquote troubled entities, then the selling pressure may be larger in the coming weeks. And this is exactly, I didn't even know this was being said by analysts, but this is exactly what CB feels. It's not going to be something you see today right away. You may see a little drop, but it's going to be a slow bleed out effect from Ethereum. It was a buy the rumor leading up to or through all these upgrades this year. Ethereum has definitely outperformed Bitcoin, but I think, guys, it's safe to say time to take some profits. At least I will be. And Bloodalytics in the short term is already positioned to be short and take advantage of the move down. So if you didn't know exactly what's going on with this here Shanghai upgrade, which is, by the way, called Shapella as well, because it's the same thing. So if you see Shapella or Shanghai, they are the same events that are occurring right in a couple of hours or just as past if you're just seeing this video after the fact. But these are the Ethereum improvement proposal numbers. I won't read them all, but these are the ones. This one in particular, though, the ETH 4895 is the one that, to me, has the biggest impact on price. Beacon chain push withdrawals as operations, so people can now take out, unstake their ether. So that's the one that's going to have the biggest price impact on Ethereum. So to explain why some people are calling it Shapella, it's because there are kind of like two upgrades that are happening right now. So one is happening on the execution layer, as you guys know, was the old layer that was still proof of work. And the consensus layer is the one that is the beacon chain and is running on proof of stake. So there are upgrades happening to both of those in this event, the Shanghai event. So that's why they're calling the execution layer the Shanghai, and they're calling the beacon chain upgrade Capella, which I think means like brightest star in the northern constellation of one of those constellations. I'm not sure which one, but that is mixing those two together is how they came up with Shapella. So that's what it is. There's two upgrades actually occurring, one on, again, the execution layer and one on the consensus layer. Just giving you guys the kind of nitty gritty on that so you're up to speed. But again, I believe this is going to be an event that plays out over the span of a month or so. and it won't all happen right at this upgrade. So be prepared. You have time, to be honest with you. Gives you time to kind of figure out how much you're going to sell, if any, or how much you're going to buy. I mean, if you're bullish on this, it gives you that opportunity. I don't think it's all going to happen all at once. But again, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Shout out to everyone in the chat room right now. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up as well while this is streaming. Much appreciated. And that's another episode of My Two Satoshis with yours truly, Crypto Blood. I'm out of here. Holla!
Can get double from stacking Toshis. Yeah, this my two Satoshis. This my two Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest and greatest from stacking Toshis. This my two Satoshis. This my two Satoshis. Who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis? Yeah, this my two Satoshis. This my two Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest and greatest from stacking Toshis. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you need to get the real news at. Stop messing with them lames out there. CBTV. Let me out of here. Pop.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay.